It's Sunday night. It's Audio Who, and look who we have. We have the regular crew. Minus a few folk due to personal issues and conventions and whatnot, but we're here nevertheless. We have a round table of 4 and we're at the door. Tonight we're here to discuss David Warner and the late great Nick Courtney and the Masters of War. Yes, it's the alternative Third Doctor. It's the planet Skaro. It's the Thals. It's the Daleks. And we have a third member throwing their hat into the ring in the guise of the Quatch. The Unbound series concludes with this story, and we are interested to see what the guys think about it. But before we get to that, let's get to this. It's your panel for this evening. Joining us early doors on a Monday morning, the Thunder from Down Under. AJ, how goes it, man?
Hi guys, how are you?
Good to have you, man. Down in Techico, it's Texas Tim Wells. Timbo?
Hello.
Good to have you, man. And all the way from NYC, Mr. Wall Medina, how goes it, man?
Hey now, how you doing, everybody?
Good to have you, man. Yeah, guys, this is going to be quick, simple and dirty. Only four of us here this evening. David Warner, Nick Courtney, Daleks, Thals and Quatch. Oh my. Well, opening thoughts, mate. Masters of War, David Warner and Nick Courtney. What do you reckon?
Well, this is one of the longest audios I heard in quite a while. But
hell yeah.
I mean, I was totally shocked. I thought it was an hour and a half. But let me tell you the one grab that bugged me out. That after the first part of the story, we had that little pause of music that was played, and I was very nervous. But I said, "Don't tell me I thought it was a glitch." So I had to fast forward it, and then I had to go back and fix it where the episode started. So I wish they didn't do that. You know, they wanted to put the music, let it happen after the story finished. But the thing is, this is a cool story. I mean, you really got to put your mind into it because of it being such a long length. But knowing that this puts the Doctor and the Brigadier and Skaro, and knowing that their creation is not the way it was in Genesis of the Daleks because of the intervention of the Quarks. Quarks, I said that name right? Quatch, excuse me. It made the story pretty cool. And of course, the Daleks knowing that the Doctor existed because of the first and second Doctor's stories still being existent, that they met the Daleks. So it's not a bad story. I know you got some funny you can say you got some of the characters were a little oddball like that, but it wasn't that it wasn't not that bad. The thing that really bugged me out is that I wasn't expecting at all that the Daleks would team up with their old enemy, the Thals, to get rid of the Quatch, and that really. I thought like they're gonna get rid of them and it's gonna break loose like that. It's not a bad story. It's very dark because it's a very dark story because I don't even remember at one time that any funny moment happened in this story, like a little joke or something like that. It was just a straight, how you can say a combat moment, a combat
military,
a military story that the Doctor and the Brigadier had to get involved, and luckily the experience of the Brigadier helped out a lot with the Thals, and of course with those Daleks that teamed up with them. So this is not a bad story. Very dark, and it's the last of the Unbound series. Too bad they couldn't continue it, but I would love to see the Doctor return and check how the Brigadier has been progressing on that planet since he decided to stay at the end of the story.
Yeah, a weird ending in the sense that Nick Courtney's Lethbridge-Stewart did decide to remain on Skaro with the residents and try and pick up the pieces. But hey, nevertheless, it's the Unbound series. It's the what if tales. Why not something different? And just as a side note, I forgot to mention that we also have Terry Malloy in this as good old Davros in an alternative form. It's story time with Davros. He's telling stories, and feel like back in the day and all the rest of it. So that was somewhat different as well. Timbo, I had a quick word with you last night, and initially you were struggling with this. How did you end up with it? What do you reckon?
It's too long and it's too boring. I think it's
right.
Here's the thing. I think maybe it's just it didn't meet the expectations because I like the idea of a Warner Third Doctor alternative, and I like the idea of him traveling with the Brigadier. But what they gave us was pretty much a paint by numbers Dalek story. Tick all the boxes, and it was just kind of yawn inducing in a lot of places. And I was just like, I'd rather them had a more exciting adventure. Let's put it that. Maybe Will is correct, and it's just too dark. There's no humor. So I think maybe that's. I don't know. I just found it a struggle to get through. I just kept checking my watch, saying, "God, are we going to get near any kind of resolution?"
You done yet? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, and here's the thing: it's not a bad story at all. I'm not saying it's terrible. I just feel like it was just mundane.
Yeah, it's not for everybody, I guess, Matt. It is. AJ, opening thoughts. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I didn't mind the story. It was a bit up and down with the plots and whatnot. You have a good point where it would rise up and then it would sort of fall down and up and down. I did like the Brigadier in this story, and you took my thing with story time with Davros, which is a shame. Uncle Davros.
Uncle Davros, yeah. So Barney the dinosaur, yeah.
I was just going to imagine he's going to say, and today through the circle window.
Good evening, hello, my children. Today,
There were a few jokes in there that were dark, like with the Dalek on the second saucer towards the end of the story scolds the Doctor for communicating for no real reason, and then it cuts off the communication. I thought that was quite funny, that part. But overall, the story was quite entertaining, I thought, anyway.
All right, mate, thanks. Yeah, and for me, it was a wee bit of a mixed bag. Whilst I enjoyed the story, and I kind of get with Tim's commentary to a small degree, it probably was at least half an hour too long. There seemed to be a heavy reliance on things like militaristic formats or the dark element, or even propaganda to an extent, whenever the Daleks were coming on the radio or the sound wave. Just remember, although we use you, we don't need you. And you're going, really? Is that it? I mean, no, but all in all, it's a decent enough tale. It was probably decent enough in terms of get written and go commissioned. Nick Courtney and David Warner, they the best they can with the script they're given. And the guest cast aren't really that bad either. They're just somewhat bland for me. I can't really put my finger on it, but yeah. What can you do? Not everyone can hit home, folks. Events, characters, or instances that may have stood out for you guys. AJ?
We got that classic Dalek line, "I am your servant," which was cool.
Yeah.
I like that. I think the music is sort of what brought this episode down. It didn't seem epic, like, whenever there was something dramatic happening, it didn't seem dramatic enough.
It's very rarely that the sound score would let a story down, especially when it comes to big finish. But
that's funny because I thought the music was the best thing about it.
Really? Oh, there you go. There's a contrast. Yeah. Okay.
For me, it seemed right.
It kind of reminded me of some of the some of the music from some of the older stories, even though it was more orchestral. But the tone of it kind of reminded me of previous Dalek stories.
Yeah, especially the Haunter era ones.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You want to finish with that, AJ?
Yes.
You mentioned the music, but you didn't mention any characters.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, obviously the Brigadier was awesome. The Doctor was awesome. Davros was quite a dupe, I thought, for the Quatch. Jumping sides left and right. His flip-flop. He was like, sorry.
I was just going to say, I know it's a what-if territory when it comes to that story because it's the Unbound series, but Davros, just jumping ship all of a sudden and scaring away for battling the Renegade Daleks, they working for the Quatch. Didn't work for me, but what do you reckon?
I didn't like it, that part. Also, I liked the Brigadier flirting a little bit with Nadell.
All right, while we're on the two female Thals who were a part of the story, who played them?
Nadell was Amy Pemberton and Gillen was Sarah Douglas.
Gillen was very forthright, I'll give her that. She seemed to be, I don't want to use the term the resistance leader, but...
Was that Sarah Douglas from Superman?
Is it a good question?
I don't know. I know she ended up playing. I think she's the one that played the 7th Doctor companion in a future audio story.
Which one?
Right.
Hold on, let me check. I gotta look it up.
Yeah, you might as well get time to kill. Here's number 4 is, man. Yeah. Is it going to be this Sarah Douglas? Will Tim say something nice? Will I say something nice? Will the viewers get the soap reference? Probably fucking no.
My mistake was Amy Pemberton. She plays on the 7th Doctor companion Sally in House of Blue Fire.
Oh, Sally. Okay.
One off, I guess.
Yeah. Or was that Sally for the black and white crew with what's her face, the other chick?
Probably. I gotta look it up.
Yeah. Anyway, we're digressing here. Tim, other than the music, can anything save this for you?
Well, it wasn't horrible. I just, like I said, I think maybe it was just maybe my expectations were higher because I was looking forward to it, and it just kind of was just so bland and kind of just your average Dalek story. And I liked the Brigadier more in the previous Unbound story when he was, what was he, a bartender or something?
Sympathy for the Devil, yeah.
Yeah, he owned the bar.
And he was somebody who had not been successful in his career, and so he was kind of hard on his luck. And I thought that was a more interesting take on the character since he's.
But it's the same Brigadier, but it's a sequel to Sympathy.
No, I know, but I mean, it seemed to me like they lost a little bit of that. I liked it better when he's not exactly the really good guy that the soldier.
Yeah, but remember, even though it was a sequel, it's sometime later because they opened this thing with him coming off another adventure.
Yeah.
And it's kind of whatever.
No, they're good though. I mean, Courtney's okay. Courtney's good. I just think he was written better last time, and I think of course Warner's awesome as well. I didn't really have a problem with that. I just think the story could have been better and a little bit briefer, like you said. It's about a half hour too long at least. Yeah. So,
all right.
Otherwise,
fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, what about you, man?
Well, the Brigadier, I love. The Brigadier is a great character, and the actor is very great. And he stood out real good here, especially when he actually had the Daleks do some military maneuvers that they weren't aware of that would help them, the Doctor land next to the ship where they could get in there and the Quartz ship and cause havoc in there, especially to get the Davros and reveal and tell them the revelation that it was the Quartz that caused them that caused them the bodily harm, and in a way help nudge them to create the Daleks. So that was a good revelation there. Nick Courtney, I love Nick Courtney. He's a great. I'm very upset that let me rephrase that. I'm a little sad that after this story that we didn't get other stories with the Brigadier in it, and I don't mean with the Unbound. I mean in other audios. Yeah, in general after this one.
We did get the Companion Chronicles. I think he did 1 or 2, right?
I don't know if it took place after this. Or was it before?
Yeah. I think the last one might have been that set he was in with Brewster and Polly. I can't remember. What do they call that? Oh crap! The Three Companions or something. Yeah.
He did the one with Colin Baker as well that we covered a few months ago. Which one? With Maggie?
The Landing Muir, the Spectre Landing Muir. Yeah. I don't know what we'd recorded the last, but fair comment. All right.
Well, I think the Landing Moore came out before this one because this one came out in 2008.
Oh, there you go. So,
the lady stood out too, like Tim was saying, like this one, she actually, gave out good leadership. Gillen. Yeah. But she didn't really like it and didn't know how to do it, but she did her best, and that's like she was going to surrender to them, but luckily that didn't happen. Nadell, she was funny. She acted in the beginning like a little bit scared because she didn't like the Daleks because she didn't want to die like that. But when the Brigadier was there, she didn't want to she didn't want to be like hiding in a corner like that. She wanted to stand by him, like whether she had an infatuation with him. We there would have been a sequel. Maybe we would have found out like that. But that was two good ladies that was used differently. One in the military and one that was scared that ended up getting encouraged to the fight against the Quartz. So that was not bad. The male that showed up, I think his name was Delt.
You had the initial guy that get killed off, who was the scientist guy. Remember that?
I thought that one, his name was Tolok.
Was that co-op? Yeah, he ran a mile after getting the wrong code, wasn't it?
Yeah, they didn't really. Well, the scientist got killed off. That's why they needed a Dr. Moore, because he was a scientist. But the other one, you didn't get to hardly see him until near the end.
Oh yeah, the resistance guy.
Yeah, so he was, he was able to get on the ship to force the, to be attacked with the Daleks like that. Was another thing that this was funny, that this story, even though it has we in this revelation of how the Daleks was created like that, and their war with the Thals was not 1,000 years like it was in the first Doctor story. It was just a couple of centuries. But the thing is, the legend of the Doctor and of Davros lived on. And which was weird. Luckily, the Doctor took advantage of it, which was just why it stood out. That he was able to he reprogrammed a Dalek to make itself think that he was Davros, and all a civil war broke out of it, because there were certain Daleks that was not going to touch this Dalek, because if he was Davros, you can't kill him. So that was a pretty good, smart idea there to cause such chaos. Because remember, Davros has not been seen for a lot of hundreds of years, so that was pretty smart.
No, right?
Yeah, especially when he said, "Well, I made myself a little more like a Dalek to be pure like that." So that was pretty a smart idea. That was pretty good.
All right, man, cool. Thanks for that. With regards to myself, again, it really is the length that kills this for me. The actors are good. The story, all right, it's militaristic, but it's simple enough. It's just too damn freaking long. Kill half an hour, and you might have a resemblance to a decent story here, man. 2 hours and 15 minutes, way long, man. Granted, maybe 5-10 minutes of that was a sound suite in between episodes on the file I might have had, but still a bit too long for me. The Quatch, my main issue with it, they sounded like freaking snakes, man. They spoke of, and we're going to do this, and you're going, it got irritating at times. You're like, it sounded like calling a surf on helium. They really did, man. They weren't a bad villain. They just could have, they might have been padded and done up a bit more with a better.
When I first heard their voices, the Quatch, I was saying, they sound like a very early, I thought Ice Warriors or another race that's familiar, but then they, like you said, when it started sounding like a snake, I didn't know nobody that appeared on TV before, and then of course the revelation that's from another universe. I'm like,
It's one of them. It's like it gets a wee bit repetitive, Estimate the error of judgment, 17, 18, and it keeps getting up every time. You're going, you can't write these people better dialogue than that. I mean, I don't know. But as I say, Warner is great. Courtney is great. Gillen and Nadal are, what was the other chick's name? Gillen and...
Gillen?
Gillen and Nadal.
Nadal, the two Thal females. They're quite good as well. I'm really, really surprised that listening back to this, one of them didn't, die. Because it's that type of story where you thought there'd be more personal and closer to home casualties other than the so-called red shirts of the story. So I'm surprised that Base survived, but other than that, it's good. It's just not my forte when it comes to a militaristic, Daleks v Thals v Quatch story, albeit this is the first and probably the only time thus far we've seen the Quatch.
Do you think it would have been better if it was just a one-disc story, like maybe an hour and 10?
An hour and a half, maybe, yeah. What probably didn't help is the fact that it was like an hour and 5 minutes in between breaks as well.
The music.
More episodes. Yeah. Well, no, they always put a suite on nowadays, suite, but it's better when they put it on the second disc so that if you're listening to it all at once.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But again, we can't really grumble. We did acquire that through other means. So yeah, nudge, nudge, wink. And if the NCAA is listening, it's legal, dearie. So yeah, as I say, it's not bad. The actors are good, but it's just my forte, and I can certainly see why Timbo there struggled with it.
Well, I agree with Will about that idea with what he did with the fake Davros. I thought that was a good idea. Like Will said, like it did kind of put a new spin on what the Doctor does.
Yeah,
that was one new thing that was really cool. So and it did change the plot quite a bit for a minute, but
I'll give you that. Good
so
call.
I was going to say, to me, the story almost had a Chariots of the Gods sort of feel to it, with the Quatch sort of lording it over the Daleks and the Thal, sort of creating this war between them. To me, it sort of felt like that.
That might be a good call as well. Time will tell, folks. That's a good comparison. Right, guys, before we divulge into this even more, let's get to this point. Any open mic portion of the cast? Now stand out for you. You just mentioned two, ironically, but anything else?
Hold on.
Only one.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say the Quatch voice, I didn't mind it. It sounded like the reverse of a Dalek voice, whereas the Dalek voice is
I don't know, man. Well, it wasn't bad. It just seemed repetitive, and I was like watching an episode of the fucking Jungle, but with Car the snake. You're like, really? Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, to me, it felt like the reverse of a Dalek voice.
Hey, that's your prerogative, man. If you enjoyed it, cool. As long as somebody had to, so, you know.
And well, I remember also that the Doctor only used a sonic screwdriver only one time in his storyline.
No, there was a few times.
I think he only used it once, and then somebody else was helping him. And then the revelation, how the Doctor felt that he left a lot of chaos in his wake, and that make him change his attitude, so he wants to make amends to all that. So that'll been interesting. It would have been interesting to continue that, but since the Unbound wasn't continued after this story.
Well, technically it was with the Benny box set last
year.
But,
look how many years that was.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's the same character, same Doctor, and same alternate universe. So, I mean, the trick is, how is she going to get back to her normal universe at this point?
We'll find out in box set number 4, I think.
Hopefully.
Oh, that's what.
A good question is, do you think they would have followed up on this had we not lost Nick Courtney? I mean, do you think they might have followed up?
I don't know. If what I understand, these weren't selling too well, so it was just an experiment, and you only had the initial 8. I'm assuming the reason you got this other box set as of last year or the year before, well, I'll just say it must be easy for Big Finish to bring households together and leave it at that.
And I'm sorry, which series was Old Soldiers in? That was his companion chronicle he did.
I think that was Old Soldiers.
Yeah, that was a companion chronicle.
Was that in like one of the early years of that, or early series?
That was one of the first 4 seasons that must have been in, yeah.
Because then again, they could have followed up on this story with a companion chronicle with the Brigadier on Skaro if they
could have done, yeah. Yeah, they could have done. Good point.
Old Soldiers, season 2, episode 3.
Oh, okay. And that was
season
the last
2?
thing he did, I think, wouldn't it? Probably.
Yeah.
No, he done one back in season 6. That box out with Brewster, the 3 companions with Polly.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yep.
So yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm getting a note here. Anything else? No. All right, let's get this rated and in the can. It's that time again.
Well, host will have 2 hookers to pee on him.
I've not done that since 1982, okay? Masters of War, Doctor Who Unbound series, story number 8. David Warner, Nick Courtney, and Terry Malloy. All right, Tim, be gentle. Do not go into that. Good night, said Dylan Thomas. What do you reckon?
I didn't say I hated it. I'll give it a 7. It's adequate. It's adequate. That's, I mean, it just wasn't that exciting or thrilling, but it's a good enough story. I would still recommend it to somebody that likes Doctor Who, but I mean, it just didn't really
grab you.
Yeah.
I never said you hated it, man. I just said be gentle.
I'll give it a 7.
Good man. Cheers. AJ, can you top that, or are you going to be a bit lower?
I'll give it a 7 as well. It was a good story. it could have been shorter. There was like
Yeah.
hidden depths to it, but you had to really listen to it. So 7 for me.
Yeah, good point, mate. And well, from NYC, what's the number, man?
I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Yeah, it was a little too long, but it was not a bad story because luckily I didn't have to hear it all in one shot. I was able to break it down, to hear the whole thing. I wasn't expecting it to be this long. I actually thought it was an hour and a half.
I actually thought it was over an hour as well when you suggested it last week. I mean, I sat down and listened to it and gone, is this not done yet? But there you go, 2 hours, yeah.
Yeah, I was a little bit shocked about that. And I wish before we lost Nick Coney, they could have done a follow-up to the story just to see how he was in the planet Skaro.
Yeah, there we go. And for me, folks, I'll split the bloody difference. I'll give it a 7.5. The Unbound universe is what-if territory, so if you want something that might not be done to necessarily establish that bad C word that we don't like to talk about on here, by all means, give it a listen and you'll get a different take and an alternative vibe for Nick Courtney and David Warner's alternative third Doctor. So, everybody's entitled to their view and things are as you find it. So, give it a bash. It might be for you. Daleks and all. Nick Briggs is certainly kept busy. And with that, done, dusted, and in the can with the short cast this evening. Join us next week, guys, when we're going to take a wee trek down into the Companion Chronicles. And, well,
The Unwinding World.
The Unwinding World. We have a Bill Hartnell story here, ably performed by, who does that again?
Vicky did it.
Vicky, okay. Maureen O'Brien? Maureen O'Brien. So we have an hour long story here to compensate for the fact we had a 2 and 15-minute one the other day. So we'll dive into season 9, whatever story number it was, of the Companion Chronicles.
One was the box set.
Yeah, no, but it's one of the stories. It's season 9. So we'll give that a bash. The Unwinding World, and we'll see how Maureen O'Brien does in the late Bill Hartnell stead. We look forward to that. Hopefully we'll have some of the guys back with us to chit-chat over that. And with that, we will simply say, please check out our other regular buddies on the wacky, wonderful world of YouTube. We have the guys and dolls over at Geeks Assembled. We have Dr. Freedom and his daily news broadcasts and his Omega files, as well as the adventures of Dr. Freedom and Eric. You have Harry with Doctor Who, along with Sue. You have Sue with TARDIS Blue Radio. Sammy Carter, Johnny Blues, Mike Shannon whenever he's online. Hell, you know the drill by now. Like, share, subscribe. And with that, Sunday night, I'm going for a beer. Cheers to the guys for showing up tonight. Be excellent to yourself and each other, and we're getting the hell on out of here before this thing comes to an end. I really need to start signing into other people's accounts, folks. Have a good week, and fuckity bye.